friends. So now we're going to build our invention notebook. Let's see. How can we do this? Well, for starters, if you have one of these around the house and it's empty or it has a few pages in it that aren't important, you can check if it's not your work, if it's someone else, to see if they need it. And you could use you can use this as an invention notebook. If you make this your invention notebook, you probably want to do something like write your name and write invention notebook or invention log. So let's see, what pens do I have here? I've got green and blue. I think blue will look really cool on the orange. Let's see how it works. I'm gonna write Dr. Pascha's Invention Notebook. Then I'm gonna draw a smiley face because inventing makes me happy. So this says Dr. Pascha's Invention Notebook. And that's one way to do it. Now another way is if you have a 3-ring binder around the house, and here's an empty one, and you can see this is used. I mean, this one has seen a lot of life. I wonder all the learning represented by this particular 3-ring notebook. So if you have some paper in the house, like some lined paper and or graph paper, you could just take that and put it straight in your notebook. You could also do this with plain paper and a 3-hole punch and put some plain paper too. So there's that. And you might want to, if it has a cover like this, write your invention notebook and put it in the top. So here we go. Let me guess the name of somebody who might be watching. Let me think. I'm gonna guess Emily. I'm gonna guess Emily's invention notebook. And, well, I'm going to be consistent, and I'm going to draw a smiley face. And I think for Emily, I'm going to add a little picture. So I got this catalog in the mail. It's all daffodils. And I think I will cut out a daffodil and put it right in there. Because, you know, a little touch of spring in my invention notebook, it makes me happy. And inventing makes me happy. So I'm going to put that right in there. Oh, that's a little bit big. Oh dear. Let's see like this. Oh, I know. It didn't work the first time. I'm going to iterate. I'm going to do a different version. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, because it didn't fit originally, I'm going to put this piece down, but then I'm going to use that other flower in a different place on the paper. So I think I'm going to put it up by the name Emily if it fits. And it does. So I'm going to put this up by the name Emily. And I really hope that someone named Emily is watching this. So here we go. I'm going to put this in. And this could be Emily's invention notebook. There we go. And one thing you always want to do in your notebook, so here's one with graph paper. You could draw down your ideas like our friend that we've read about, Abby. She had hers. In fact, I should show you that again, just so you can see Abby's drawings in the notebook. So here we have Emily's. Now, you may not have a spare 3-ring binder, and you may not have a spare spiral notebook, and you may not have a pre-made notebook like I did. Don't you worry. You can still have an invention notebook. So I grabbed some paper, and you could totally use recycled paper. No problem. In fact, this notepad right here is already recycled paper. These used to be maps from a college, and they're all recycled already. So you could get some new or recycled paper. Either work. And you could do it more than one way. One way to make an invention notebook is, say you take somewhere between 5 and 10 pieces of paper, and you can just fold them, and you can press them down, and there's 2 ways to do this. You could use a stapler, and you might need an adult's help with the stapler, and that's perfectly fine. If you're not comfortable using a stapler, if you've never used a stapler before, or if you know that you don't have the hand of it yet, that's totally okay. I'm sure an adult would be happy to help you. Now, if I do like this, I'm going to have the pointies on the outside, and I don't want that. So instead of going on the inside of the crease like this, I'm actually going to go on the outside of the crease. And that way, it's much less likely for to catch those staples on my hands or anything. So I'm just going to go punch, 1, and then I'm going to go down here, punch, 2. And I now have created an invention notebook. But let's see. Let's think of a name of someone who might be watching this who would really like to have their name on an invention notebook. I lost my cap. I'm going to write the name Sam. I'm going to write Sam's Invention Notebook. Now, there's another way to do it if you'd like to have a cover, but you don't have a covered thing around. You can use a cereal box. So I have my scissors. Now, check with an adult if you need help with the scissors, okay? Scissors are awesome, awesome tools, but they can hurt you. They have sharp blades. So take your cereal box and fold it flat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right, I'm actually going to cut right here on this edge. So see how there's this smaller part and the wider part? I'm going to cut along the long part. And I'm going to go right here. I'm going to keep these edges, and I'll show you why later. And I'm just going to cut right along my cereal box here. Cut, 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 and now it's coming towards the end. So I moved my hand. See, my hand was here. Now it's not. Keeping my hand safe. Okay. Now, see like that? Now I can tuck these on the inside like that. And that could be like a pocket. Or I can cut them off. I could do the same thing up here. I can tuck them and tape them, or I can cut them off. So they're tucked here. I'm actually going to tape these on the sides. And the reason I'm going to do that is if I wanted to then tuck a piece of paper in there, it'll hold it. With this, I'm going to tape all across. Got the tape stuck to my finger. All right, tape, tape. Okay, that's actually not holding very well. I might need to use stronger tape. This right here, best for strength. So I'm gonna use scissors. I'm gonna cut a piece right there. I'm going to tape this so that I can have a pocket. And I'm going to tape it. Oh man, sometimes getting those edges is tricky. I'm going to show you a little trick. So tape, when it comes, you know, goes down like that, sometimes it's really hard to get. But if before your tape goes down, you do a tiny little fold like that, see that tiny little fold? You can always pick it up easy. Now you have to take the time, you spend a few seconds making that fold, but it makes a difference. So, and I forgot to do it that time. So this is what you do. When you cut it, you have to have one finger holding it. Now, don't cut your finger. You have to make sure your finger's not in the way. Put my duct tape down, and then I'm going to do that fold real quick before I leave my tape. Now, I have some duct tape here, and I'm going to use it like so. I taped on the inside. I'm actually going to fold it over, and this is going to hold my pocket together. And now I'm going to do this over here too. So basically what I'm creating is a folder holder for my Invention notebook. All right, I'm going to use some duct tape over here on this side. I'm going to cut. And this is actually a better technique. I just iterated. Oh, look at that. I came up with a better technique. I cut it almost all the way through. I left that piece. Now I'm just going to pull that real quick, put it to the side, do my fold. Now I have this tape to tuck on the inside and fold over. And there we have, oh, I got to do one more piece. I'm going to try that new method where I cut it most of the way, but not all. I'm going to leave a tiny bit at the end, just a tiny bit. There, I leave a tiny bit so I can grab it, put it to the side, and do my little fold over so I can grab my tape. Okay, and now I have that. So I've now created a folder at the bottom. At the top, these are not really going to be so handy. So I'm going to cut those ones off. One, two, all right. So this is going to be the outside of my folder. Now I'm going to put paper on the inside for myself. Now I have to figure out how I'm going to attach it. What are your thoughts? Well, one thing is I could do similar to Sam's Invention notebook, and I could fold it like this. But that's kind of funny, right? So another idea is if I 3-hole punch my paper and 3-hole punch this, I can put a ribbon through it. And that would work really nicely. So I don't have my 3-hole punch at the table. So I'm going to have to pause the video, and I'm going to go get it, and I'm going to come right back. So I got my 3-hole punch. Now you may not have a 3-hole punch, and that's okay. You could staple it in too. But I'm going to 3-hole punch my paper, and then I'm going to 3-hole punch the end of my book, the end of my cereal box. And oh my goodness, look at this. It doesn't fit. I'm going to have to cut my cereal box a little bit. You know what? This happens all the time in inventing. You try something out, it doesn't work exactly, and you have to try again. So what I need to do is it looks like, well, look, I have a ruler. It looks like it is, let's use the centimeter side, 5 millimeters too long. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut off 2 centimeters to make it small enough. So I'm going to measure 2 centimeters down. So here's my book, and I'm going to use my pencil right here, and I'm going to put it down on the table for a little bit of support. 2 centimeters. I'm marking that. Now, I'm going to go up at the top and I'm going to measure 2 centimeters up there too. And I put a little tiny mark. So I have a tiny mark there and a tiny mark there. Now I'm going to put my ruler down and I'm going to draw a line, a straight line. Now I'm going to cut my cardboard. But you know what? My cardboard is too thick to cut 2 at the same time. So I'm going to unfold it and I'm going to extend my line to be across the whole thing. So I'm just going to keep cutting. And this is a lot what inventing is like. You might try something and you think it's going to work and it's just a couple millimeters off and you have to tweak it. You have to improve upon your first try, your second try, your third try. You keep improving. Just like in Abby, you know, Abby, her crayons broke at first and she had to keep trying. She got really frustrated. So in making my invention logbook here, my first measurement, it didn't work at all. So now I'm going to see if that fits inside, and it does. That's great news. And I'm going to press. Did it work? Nope. Try again. Oh, is it too thick to go inside? Not on that side. Oh, this side. Oh my gosh. Good. You know what I just learned? By folding it up like this, that makes it too thick to go through. So you know what? I'm going to have to 3-hole punch it with my really cool flaps down. Let's think. How's that going to work? How's it going to work? Because I had to cut the measurement there. I'm thinking. Let's see. I'm just gonna see if it just goes in with a little bit of pressure or if it's not gonna go in at all. It goes in at the top. It doesn't go in at the bottom because it's just too much cardboard. So, you know what that means? It means that, let's think for a sec. I know. I have a thought. We're going to try this out. I'm going to cut out this middle piece. So this first prototype that I did didn't work. It was too much. It was too thick with the duct tape and that extra piece of cardboard right there. So now I'm going to remove the duct tape and the tape. And let's see, does that fix it? I'm kind of thinking that it's not going to, and I'm going to have to do more iterations. But let's see. It's closer. It's definitely closer. It seems like this pocket idea on the cereal box is too much for my 3-hole punch. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to decide to keep one pocket maybe. Nope, I can't keep one pocket because it goes right there. So you know what? I can keep this pocket, but I have to lose this pocket. Okay, so here we go. We're iterating again. Let's see. So my whole idea with that pocket and duct tape, that didn't work. Now, it could work on yours, and you might not use duct tape, and that's okay. This is what the process is like. It's not always pretty. It's not always perfect. Sometimes, like a lot of how-to videos, they're awesome, and I love how-to videos. Like, I love them. They have awesome music, and they make everything look perfect and easy. And then that's given rise to these really funny videos, which I'm blanking on, but it's like they'll do their version of the cake and it looks awful, and then it's really funny. Oh, I think they call it like cake fails or something like that. And fails are awesome in that way. So, I mean, sometimes fails can be tricky, but in inventing, you encounter them a lot. So look, I've kept this bit of the pocket, but I've lost the rest of the pocket. So I could hold something here. Now the other thing is, now that I have this extra cardboard, I could make my pocket bigger. So I like that idea, but I'm not going to do that yet because that would be secondary. Instead, what I'm going to do is focus on getting my holes all lined up. Now, I could do this with little ties. Like I could use, I've got all kinds of things I could use. I happen to have some ribbon here, and let's see if it fits. Now, if it fits, I'll use it. If it doesn't fit, I'll have to go find something else. So let's see, does this ribbon fit? It does. It does. It fits. It's kind of cute too. So I could do little ties like this where I cut right here and I tie this, and I might do that. But if I can get this woven all the way down, that would be cool too. So let's see. Now my 3 rings are kind of falling down. So I just used my pencil in there. Can I get this through? The edge of this is getting kind of funny. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use my tape. Do you know, have you ever noticed on the edge of your shoe, on a shoelace, there's this tiny plastic piece that makes it go through the hole in the shoe very well? There's a name for that piece. I can't think of it right now because I like never use that word. But my awesome videographer, who is my son, because we're all at home, it's called an aglet. Isn't that cool? He knew the word, aglet. I can't believe you knew that word. All right, I just made an aglet. And then I feel so proud of myself making an aglet. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. I just made like the beginnings of an inventor's notebook. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pull here. I'll pull my piece with the aglet down, and I'm going to, I mean, you could get fancy with this if you want. I'm going to see if it'll take my aglet again. I love that you knew that word. It's not going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right here. I'm going to make another aglet. That's made my day that my son knew that word, because, I mean, come on. Did you know that word? Did you know the word aglet? Oh my gosh, someone invented the aglet. Like, I did not invent the aglet. I am copying a design that I've seen made many times. But there was some person working like maybe in a shoe factory, or maybe in something with like lace up clothing wear. And they thought, I'm so frustrated. I have a problem. I have a problem getting this ribbon through this hole, or this lace through this hole. And they thought, maybe if I take a little piece of tape or a piece of plastic and squeeze it like that, I'll help it go through. And I wonder if they patented it. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look up the aglet patent. That'll be so interesting. What year was that invented? So then I'm going to take my 2 ribbons and I'm going to crisscross my ribbons and I'm going to knot them. And I have just made a little bit of a book, and you could do that too. And then I could write in here. And you see, let's see, I should name this. I'm trying to think. So we have Sam and we have Emily. Let's see, what is a name? I think Alex, because I know girl Alexes, and I know boy Alexes, and I know friends who are named Alex. And so this is going to be Alex's Invention Notebook. So if your name is Alex, I just made an invention notebook with your name on it. So that is a few ways you guys can make invention notebooks. I hope you have a great time making your invention notebook. And let's look at Abby's before we sign off. So let's see. Abby drew in hers. She wrote her recipe in there. She wrote the steps. And you could do that too. Like she drew, she used numbers, right? Heat hard plastic until it melts, and she drew each step in her invention notebook. So you too can create yours. It's been really fun making stuff with you today. I hope you have a good time making yours. Remember, there's not necessarily a right way to do it. You can be creative. You might make mistakes, and that's okay. You saw me make quite a few, and you just work through them, and you create as you go along. And sometimes, who knows, you might invent something new or stumble upon an invention that you've never even thought of before, like the aglet. Have a great day. Bye-bye.